get ourselves situated. I want to kind of look into what we got going on today. So give me 1 second. I just want to make sure everything is working properly because for whatever reason, we've been having issues trying to go live. There we go. All right. So the sound is working. All right. You guys know the drill. I like to pull up my chat. All right, y'all. Let's see what's going on. I do want to cleanse our energy first before we start because what we have, I was called to do certain things before we started, okay? So let's go ahead and just cleanse our space for a quick second. If you do have headphones or anything on, I suggest you turn them down at this time. That feels so good. I don't think you guys understand. Okay, I needed to reset the energy because I don't know what's going on, but you guys have somebody that's been either pretending around you, faking like they're either like your friend, faking like they care about you, um, but they're really just trying to take you off your spot. They're trying to take you out of your element, okay? Um, and this is happening this month. This is the month of March that this is happening, okay? So whoever this is that's pretending around you this week, there's something that's being revealed collective. And I need you to understand why it's happening this month. It's for a reason, okay? So I'm trying to give it a second for everybody to come in. What's going on, Jen? I'm trying to give it a second for people to come in because, like I said, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it's been taking a second for my life to hit. I don't know, but I want to just, I guess we could just lay out the spread. The the energy I got before I sat down to do this reading was, one, I needed to do like a protection from envy. So there's someone around you that is either envious of your life or there's something about you that they wish they could have. And understand that envy and jealousy collective are two different things. Okay. Someone can be jealous of something that you want and wish that they can attain it as well. And then there's people who feel like you're not deserving of it, but they are. Two different things. Whoever this person is, this is somebody that's pretending. They'll glam up and act like everything is cool and coochie crunch. But this person doesn't like the fact that you're able to either find calm in the chaos or you're able to maneuver in a peaceful space where things just come to you easily and it irks the shit out of them, okay? And I feel like the truth about this person or these people, but it feels like a person, is going to be revealed, okay? For some of you, this has to do with the relationship. You can have a person in your life where you feel like this person is the end all be all. This is somebody that is really for you, but there's something about this person that they like you more because, like, the way I got the message was they want you more for what you provide for them on paper. Like, there's something about the way you look or how you're moving or something like that. And it's like, this is exactly what someone needs. Like they want to just have relationship. They just want to be able to say that they have a successful connection, but there's not really looking forward to um how can I say, it's like you provide them what they couldn't have before. So if you offer them a commitment where there's a little bit of stability and that's something completely different from what they offer, they'll play pretend in order to gain something off of you without giving in return or never fully being what you need, but because you're giving to them and because you're staying around, they'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that goes out of lack. And that's the thing that I got with this message. And I don't know why this is the message because y'all, when I sat down, that's not what I thought we were getting into. But y'all know how this is. So, all right, let's go ahead and tap right in. Let's see what spirit needs to tell you that's going on this week. Y'all know the drill. My kids are doing chores at this time. So just keep that in mind if you hear any noise in the background. But let's see what is going on, collective. What is it that you need? What is going on, collective? What's going on, spirit? What is it that the collective needs to know? Yeah, I'm telling you, spirit wants to put you on. They want to put you, look, it literally says, ask and you shall receive. They want to put you on. And for some of you, it could be your own family or it could be somebody that you work with. Whoever this person is, this is like a spiritual teacher. This is somebody that's coming to, it's like they need to, how can I say? Let me see, because I don't even want when you leave this situation, the wisdom that you're gonna gain, you're gonna flourish. Whatever this is, with whoever this is. But I feel like some of you are praying for answers. You're praying to know, like, is this person really for me? Is this friend really my friend? Is this family member really care about me? And I feel like there's something, I'm telling you this. I don't know if you guys are planning a trip or you could be getting away. There's something about when you get away from this person or you get away, you're going to get some sort of revelation about what to do about this connection. And it's because you're set free. You keep telling yourself you're not, but you really are. And when you break away, it's like a healing feeling. You feel at peace when this person's away. And that, like, your spirit is trying to tell you something here. I feel like for some of you, you could feel so overwhelmed when someone's around, and the minute you break away, it's like you keep telling yourself, "Wow, damn, why do I feel so much better when I'm gone?" And it's because you keep feeling like you have to stay stuck to something that you're not really stuck to. For some of you, this isn't like you could be worried because of like finances, right, or something like that, and your spirit guides are saying you're fine. You keep thinking that you're not in a good place, but spirit is going to make sure that you're fine when you decide to separate, if that's what it is. And if it's that you're just worried to see if there's a person around you that's in a negative energy, for some of you, I'm telling you, there's something about this person that you're absorbing the energy that they're in. So you're thinking, yo, somebody must be playing with me. Somebody must be putting something on me. Somebody, because y'all know everybody want to scream witchcraft, right? Everybody wants to be like, oh my God, somebody's putting spells on me all the time. But a lot of the times it's just the space that someone is in, right? You could have been perfectly fine. And then the minute you got around someone, they're like, well, I'm fine. But you're feeling off. It's because you're absorbing the energy of that person. You become such a sponge that you have to learn how to spiritually protect yourself. And I feel someone is wide open spiritually. And now it's like, this week, what's going to awaken to you is how to protect your energy or who the culprit is, who the actual person is that's putting you in this space. Hold on one second, guys, because I took all the decks that I want to use and I left them right there. Uh-oh. Hold on one second. Okay. So let's see who this person is. Let's get some tarot on this. Okay. So are you some sort of psychic? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Oh, damn. No. They want me to use this one. Okay. Let's see. All right, Holy Spirit, let's break this down. First, I want to see the person behind the mask because that was the first thing I saw, the person behind the mask. Let's see what this is about, Holy Spirit. Because I'm getting a message where it's people around you, but there's things that you're doing that's allowing it in. So let's see the person behind the mask, Holy Spirit. What is it that the collective is going to find out about this person this week? Yeah, this has to do with either a relationship, a family, someone you share a home with, possibly with the Ten of Cups here. The Tower, and then we have the Nine of Swords. So I'm telling you, you're gonna find something out, and it's gonna put you in your head. I can't make this up. I never understand why these messages come out. The Ten of Cups is like, man, this is something that I thought was supposed to make me really happy. This is like, this is the things that I've dreamt of. This is like the person I've been the happiest with, or the people around me that I'm supposed to be the happiest with. Tower is like something that you thought was great, and it's coming down, and what's coming down is the false sense of stability, the false sense of, oh my God, this is great and this is happy. But in reality, underneath it all, there's some bullshit lying around. With the Nine of Swords, this is like, damn, I knew something was up. I thought this whole time I was in my head, but Spirit is like, no, Ten of Swords in the reverse, you're not in your head. The Ten of Swords in the reverse is like you're coming out of this now. The reality that kicks in for you pulls you out of whatever it is you kept telling yourself was you. When we think of swords energy, we think of like communication. We think of everything mental, right? So everything that has been bogging you down mentally where you keep running things overthinking in your head, you could have been somebody that like you were losing sleep over this, you were constantly feeling drained by the situation, and you kept feeling like this person or these people would never do it, they could never, not them. But whatever this is, it's going to start to all make sense once this comes to light. This person could be tell me more about the tower here. This person could be a Scorpio, a Gemini, an Aries, or a Libra. Yeah, look, this I'm telling you, somebody's not telling the truth about something either that they've invested into, or the investment into a relationship. Because you're being called to look at somebody for who they truly are versus what it's like what you don't want to see here. Somebody is questioning whether they should continue to invest in a situation. And they're not either 100% sure, and it's gonna break. Like whatever facade they were trying to put on to act like, no, this is I'm here 100%. I'm all in. No, somebody's either their facade is about to break or this mask, you're gonna see the truth about this. Tell me what they're keeping from the collective here. That somebody is a little bit of a thought. Somebody be out here in these streets, y'all. Somebody's a master manipulator, King of Swords in the reverse. And I see you moving away from this person here. Whatever you find out about this person, you're going to find out that they're not as honest as you thought they were, that they haven't been telling you the truth about something, and their moves are very immature. Everything is very like they tell you, they feed you a story, but they don't ever fully commit to something. And I also feel like they try to win you over through like sexual encounters or trying to like they'll use sex as a weapon towards you, and you may not even realize how they've been doing this for such a period of time until you either say no or until you break away where it doesn't work because you're not in that person's space for them to use that. You know what I mean? Like somebody could sweet talk you, but that's not working because you've broken away from their energy. Um, and if this isn't them, that this could be like a father figure here. This could be somebody that you've been thinking of separating from, where you've decided, like, I see you for who you are, and I see how you've been like twisting things and manipulating things. And it's like, tell me more about this truth that's being exposed. The moon in the reverse. Y'all, whatever the fuck this is that y'all find out, I'm telling you, for some of you, Hierophant in the reverse, someone is not investing. This person is so focused on money, they're just trying to build up before they leave. And if this is like a father figure type of energy here, then this is somebody that doesn't want either they don't want you in a relationship with someone, they want you to focus on building your own life. So they're trying to low key try to sabotage something a little bit. Or there's a person here who you could have a child with, or you could be divorcing, and this person is trying to find a way to like make you ease up on child support or make you not ask as much in a divorce. Take that how it resonates here. But there's a person who's acts like they're holier than thou, but in reality, the energy isn't matching what is being shown here. And this is like a masculine energy. This is somebody that moves impulsively. They never really have all the information. Like, it's like the facts don't match up with the person that they are. You know what I mean? Like, you could look at someone and be like, no, but they look like they have their shit together. But then when you really get down to the bottom of things, they're all over the place. Like, you feel like you spend a lot of your time trying to get their life together. Does that make sense? Like you're helping them figure their life out. So you become the benefit to their life. But it's something about this energy where you feel like, no, this is stable. You keep telling yourself this. But I'm telling you, something is coming and it's coming in fast, and you're not going to be able to, it's like you're not going to be able to resist the urge to fight back. And this feels like it's your spirit. Sorry, guys. I got bit up so bad because I decided to take my son to the baseball field to go practice and get himself together. And then I got eaten alive by mosquitoes. And I can't stop the itch. It's driving me crazy. Okay. Whoever this person is, because I don't want to keep losing focus. Whoever this person is, whatever they're coming to tell you is to try to see if they can get whatever this manipulation tactic is to work again because they need your help. And this is about the investment. Could be dealing with a Taurus, a Cancer, a Pisces, Leo, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Aquarius. I think I said Gemini already. Gemini. All right, let me see. Tell me, you know what, let's pull this. Because that you know what I'm hearing? You're gonna need to brace for this. What is this person's intention with the collective by pretending? Like what do they think they're gonna get out of this by pretending with the collective? This person could have like, if this is a man, this person could have a goatee. If this is a woman, like they could have a lot of facial hair as a man. If this is a woman, this is somebody that use a lot of gel in their hair. I don't know why I'm getting that, but this person uses so much gel in their hair. Like that shit is slick. I don't know why. Oh my God. And this is someone that likes to hide up in their room a lot. Like they try to pick fights just to stay away from you. Like, or this is someone that they'll try to act like you're always doing too much. Like everything is not as big as you're making it seem. They look at you like you're explosive. But in reality, it's like your nervous system is in shock. Cuz that's what they're showing me. Like somebody's emotional state or nervous system is in shock. And it's like because spirit is trying to warn someone about being around this person or the energy that you involve yourself in. Be very careful the people you surround yourself with at this time because there's something about you. You're absorbing way too much energy off these people. And you're the sponge that's helping them clear their shit. It's like you come around and they're like, oh, I feel so much like I feel so much better. But it's because you're absorbing energy. So just be mindful of that, okay? Because you could have a person that they could be like in their own worlds, and then you come around and you start to feel like this, and they're walking around like this. And you're like, I was just fine. What happened? What happened? And spirit is like, I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you, but you need to pay attention. And right now you're missing all the signs. I saw 818 also. Okay, let's see what else. Yo, this is so funny. It says, please do not try to play God's role. Baby, God works heavily in my life. Don't nobody need to play his role. He does a fantastic job at his doing his very own thing. But I'm glad you decided to come here. You clearly needed a message. Okay, tell me more. Tell me about this person's intentions with the collective spirit. Tell me about this person's intentions with the collective to slow you down. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving horse in the deck. So when someone is coming around you and you feel like your life starts to slow down, and maybe you could be somebody that you're like very active, you're very like you have all these plans and you put them into action, and then you have someone that comes around and they start to slow you down. And the trick of this whole situation is you're not going to even see it until you get out of it. You're not going to really notice it until you break away, which is why there's going to be something this week that's either going to guide you to want to break free, or you could have a trip planned. There's something about somebody traveling here. There's a lot about traveling, and there's something, or you're planning a trip. And for some of you, this is happening because you're gonna need this time apart to see what this is about, or the person you're breaking away from. I have Capricorn, Aries energy here. Tell me more. This has to do with a lot of like what's been holding you back, or you feeling insecure, or feeling like you're not offering Yo, this is crazy. The Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, the Eight of Cups, and the Hangman. So this is somebody that feels like they're not themselves, somebody that feels like they're not grounded, that they keep fighting. And it's like every time you fight, you feel like something is fighting back. Like, when you lift weights and you feel the resistance pushing back on you, that's what this feels like. Like you're fighting a battle and you keep feeling like, holy crap, I don't understand. And it's because Spirit is saying there's a lack of perspective. There's something that you're not paying attention to about dealing with this person here. And their whole thing is, well, if I'm not sure what I'm doing, maybe I can delay them enough so I don't feel alone in what I'm doing. So I don't feel like, okay, because if you're with a person and you feel like you start questioning so much going on, they're going to keep trying to remind you of the good stuff. But we're good, right? But we're happy, right? And you're like, yeah, but something in here just doesn't feel right. Something just doesn't seem right. If we're doing so good, why are we still in the same position? If we're doing so good, how come we're not moving? How come things aren't blossoming? Why is it that every time we take 3 steps forward, we keep taking knocked back, like having to take 3 steps back? It's not making the math isn't mathing in this connection. And I feel like, Spirit, what's the intention of this person in the collective's life? Because this is a lot about like feeling limited, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't move. Like, and I feel like it's because they lack direction and that's what's slowing you down. They're hoping that you will provide that for literally the chariot. They're hoping that you will help them progress forward and overcome this obstacle here. And they want this with you because they feel like you're the only person that's been able to get them this far. Look, the 6 of swords with the 9 of wands. This is about seeing how resilient you are. Maybe I can piggyback off that and get up there too. So they'll play like they're in love, but in reality, this is about companionship. Could be dealing with the Sagittarius, an Aquarius, a Pisces, a Cancer, an Aries, a Capricorn. Look, but we have karma coming their way. Why? Because their actions don't match up. And Spirit is like, I'm giving them a choice to fix this shit and really look inside and figure out what they want before they come in with this offer. Because somebody's coming with a dirty offer. Someone is coming in, or like the way that they're trying to gain your affection or gain your love back is by hoping if they come in and they offer you, how can I say it? Like, if they give you just enough, then you'll take it and start trying to build again with them. I don't know if this is somebody that you've been in relationship with and there was an on and off kind of situation, or if you could be divorcing someone or recently divorced a person or on the brink of breaking up, because that's kind of the vibe of this situation here. But I feel like whoever this is, they're trying to come back around to see if they can get you to believe in them again. This is a person that'll come to you and say, like, all of a sudden they're into spirituality, or all of a sudden they found God. And you're like, hmm, let's see how long this lasts. Like you're putting somebody to the test to see if they really made these changes or if they just saying all the right things to get you back. Because this feels like someone that's promising things, but it's like spirit, what they don't see is spirit is right there on their ass. Like, okay, go ahead and offer it because that karma can come just as swift, baby. This just feels messy. It feels dirty, like ick. It's giving ick vibes. But this is someone that's like, "Oh, I've been alone. I've been to myself long enough. I understand what you've been saying. Everything is starting to make sense now. I know before I told you I didn't want to get married, but now, commitment sounds good for me." Like out of nowhere, their whole vibe switched up. I know I haven't been faithful before, but I want to do right by you now. Like, why? Because the last one didn't fuck with you the right way, or the last one wasn't falling for your bullshit. That's kind of what this feels like. But let's see. Spirit, what if this isn't relationship? What if this isn't relationship? This is completely different. Who else could this person be for the collective? Who else could this person be? The Hermit in the reverse. Someone that's refusing to grow. Virgo energy here. And the Sun. Oh my God. Oh, there's another one. And the Five of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody that used to try to blame the world. They will blame the world for all the things that was wrong. This could be a person that you feel is older than you, that should know more than you, but they act immature because they just, it's like the age shows on them, but the wisdom isn't matching. Like this is a person that you look at and you're like, man, you should be enlightening me. You should be opening my eyes up. You should be giving wisdom towards me. And I feel like you still have so much growing up to do. And that's why spirit is like, you need to stay away from this person because a person that is choosing not to grow, a person that is choosing not to learn from their mistakes is not a person you want to go to. This isn't a person you want to be around. Yeah, because and there's something about you that you're getting a lot of recognition or you're starting to get noticed or something, or don't be surprised if you do. You start to get noticed to see how people respond because this is what's going to show you who really fucks with you and who doesn't. It's always something about when you start coming up, like when you're down, everybody's cool with you. But the minute you start coming up, you start to see who doesn't like you anymore, or who tries to dim your light, tries to dim your shine, or like they just don't want you to win. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh my God, I got this free stuff, and they're like, oh, must be nice. Like it's something about that here. There's something about this where it's like you're gonna need to gauge the little things. It's the stuff that isn't being said, you know what I mean? Like reading between the lines, because you're gonna gauge whether somebody's truly happy for you or not. And you're gonna tell because they're gonna be like, well, okay. Instead of like, oh my God, congratulations, that's so good. It's gonna be like that. Like, and this is what's gonna show you. This has something to do with them. Okay, I'm also hearing if this person is choosing not to do anything with their life or choosing not to work on themselves or grow or build something for themselves, and they're always dependent on everybody else to build, this is something they're going to want you to pay attention to. You're going to know because this person is always going to piggyback. So pay attention to this. Who is this? We have Aries, Taurus, Capricorn energy here, Sagittarius energy. So this could be somebody you work with here, or this is somebody that you're always feeling like they're in constant competition with you, or they feel like they always have something to like, there's always something that you have to compete for, or something that you feel you have to what's the word? Like they always feel like you gotta prove to them why they should be happy for you. Like there's I don't know. But whatever this is, there's something coming into fruition and it's because of something you asked for. You planted a seed. And I don't know if it was from a moment of doubt or if it was a moment of you questioning whether somebody really loved you, somebody really liked you, somebody was really a friend, or somebody, you know what I mean? You're about to get this information here and it's like you're gonna end up trapping someone in their own deceits because the person who was wearing the mask they end up getting outed and now they're stuck in their own spiritual jail. 8 of Swords. Yeah, the Fool. You send them on a new journey and this journey is about growth. So you end up finding the truth out about somebody here. You get to elevate out of a situation and you spark the inspiration for someone to wake up because they're upset that you stood up to them, you spoke up, or you will be. And it sets somebody on like a new journey. But I feel like you feel free because you break whatever for some of y'all it could have been a spell. Just saying, but for others of you, this just feels like you break free from someone who is their energy that you can't be around. I also see somebody moving, leaving, getting a new job, moving away from a situation and feeling so much like freedom from this experience because they feel like they find literally, look, the 7 of Wands and the 8 of Cups, they feel free from the conflicts. Somebody needs to leave. Somebody needs to move away, drop a friend. or leave a job because there's a person at the job that's in constant competition and they steal your shine, they steal your glow. Like they always try to find a way to dim you, and there's nothing that they do but being in their presence and listening to the stuff that they say. It's not helpful, it doesn't uplift. Look, the Queen of Wands with the Magician. Somebody is doing magic, bro. And the crazy thing is, it's through speech, it's through competitiveness, it's through like mirror magic, it's the envy. Remember how I started the reading? People think that jealousy and envy are the same, but it's not. You have people who can be jealous of your life and strive to have something similar for themselves. Envy is someone who feels you're not deserving and they are, and they want to steal it from you. Okay. And that's where like the term destiny swapping really came from, if you really want to think about it. Because somebody feels like they deserve your life and you don't. This is a person who wants to try to stop you from completing something or having something great in your life. They want to shut that down so that like, they feel like they need to sun you and be like, sit down, let me show you how to do it right. Like, but it's not their job to do. God sends you something, God gifts you with something, it's yours. Nobody can take it from you. But this person thinks that they can. They think that they should be in that position because they can be better or they could do better. This is crazy. But look, we have the strength card with the world here and the Queen of Swords. Somebody's too smart for this shit. Somebody's like they're onto it. I feel like while you got someone over here, you got an angel that's like, baby, don't worry. That's what I'm telling you. Somebody's standing up and spirit is putting you onto this mess. And it's because someone has been asking for the truth. And for some of you, whoever this person is, this could be a female, older woman, possibly, who feels like you should be learning from them. And you could have at one point felt like, well, why don't you teach me if you feel like you need me to learn something? But this person can't. They can't. And that's why they're mad. Because you could be the one that's showing them the ropes. You could be the one that's like putting them onto things. And there's somebody at this job that they're gonna try to drain you, drain you, drain you to get you out. And I feel like for some of you, you may just need to go because I feel like if you go, there may be something better. Spirit, if the collective leaves this job, um, if the collective leaves the job, what comes after this? Yeah, look, the Seven of Swords, they're trying to get you out. And the King of Swords, it's like if somebody tries to start some shit to get you out the job, they're gonna get outed. The truth is gonna come to light. Look, literally, at somebody's job, Eight of Pentacles. I feel like if this happens, what you don't see, if they do try to get you out, they're gonna do it back like a backhanded type of shit to get you in trouble, to try to like act like you did something, mess with your hours or mess with paperwork or just not give you all the information. You know what I mean? To make it seem like you're making mistakes or something like that. Or just bombard you. Their energy could be so draining that it just has you chaotic where you can't seem to like get settled, right? Because the devil is busy right now, y'all. The devil is busy. And what he's doing, and I'm making it a he, but understand it could be he, she, it's what the entity does is bombards you with so much stuff at one time so that you can't see the trees from the fucking sky. Okay, what I'm saying? Like, y'all understand? And I feel like somebody is getting bombarded right now so that you don't look. Okay, I'm scared to even talk about some of this stuff because YouTube be trying to flag. But look at what's going on in the world. You have one situation where things are being outed, and you have another situation where all of a sudden there's chaos, and apparently it's so much worse than the information that's been outed. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay. The problem is the truth is going to be out, and those who get it will start to move differently. And you do this because when you know better, you understand that not everything is to be believed. Not everything is for you to just ingest and move on. No, you pay attention to the signs that God are giving you, and you start to move appropriately. You have people that are like, yo, none of this stuff can be trusted. Let me start growing my own food. Let me start taking better care of myself. Let me not rely on the healthcare system right now. Let me not, you know what I mean? Like, let me search other options to take care of these things because right now everything is so mismanaged and information is so screwed up, y'all. So just pay attention to what God is trying to show you, the signs that He's showing you, because it's like the words that people are speaking, none of it is adding up anymore. And you could write some shit down and say it's a fact, but that doesn't mean it's real just because you say so. And I feel like for some of you, you either have somebody at the job that's gonna try to finesse in some way, but I feel like there's gonna be a person that's gonna speak a truth about this. I just don't know whether it's gonna be too late or not, but I feel like in the end, you end up finding something so much better, something more aligned with you spiritually. And I feel like all the stuff that you were stressed out about, all of that's gonna be healed and go away. And whoever this person is, spirit, this is somebody, look, it's three times here. It's talked about somebody wearing a mask. Three times masquerading as a friend. That's crazy. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to see the chat real quick. Do you believe in Orishas? I am not gonna lie to you. I don't know much. I don't think I believe in any of it. I don't follow any specific ideology or any I believe in God. I believe that there is a being that put me on this earth and is showing me things to make me a better person and is providing me with the gift to help people understand. Now, how you choose to find God through your spirituality, through your practices, I'm all for it. Do I believe that my guides and my ancestors are deeply rooted in um like the roots because of where I'm from, where, I'm Caribbean, so my roots go deep. So do I believe that our ancestors were able to work with water and work with different things spiritually to help us connect and send us messages? Yes, just like they say, Mother Nature, and you know what I mean, like God, the sun, and the earth. Like, yes, I do believe that there are different things out there. I just don't give it a name. If you want to call it the orishas, that's something. If you want to call it angels, that's another one. If you want to call it whatever you want to call it, call it. But understand that it's all the same. It is all the same. It just has a different term for it and a different understanding. You could go into Greek mythology and talk about the gods, and you can go into African spirituality and talk about orishas. You get what I mean? So take it how you wanna take it. She don't like me, she's jealous and mad because she had the shine you picked up. Yeah, it's the older woman you picked up too. That's crazy. But yeah, I just like to let you guys know because this is I just try to tell I don't try to push any kind of agenda. No. I come on here and I tell you what I feel. That's it. However you guys receive it. And a lot of the times people come to me and tell me, man, what you told me happened a little bit later. Or what you told me I was feeling 3 months ago and then it happened at this time. Because God always sends you the message before it happens. He always warns us. It's just, do you pay attention enough to be prepared for when it comes, it's not a smack in the face. You know what I mean? But anyways, okay, let's see. Let's break this part down because I do want to see who's going on this trip. What's going on when this person is on this trip this week? What's this truth coming out for whoever it is that's traveling? Be careful with your plans because I'm hearing your flight may be delayed or there may be a change in your plans, or someone may try to create a change in your plan or create an obstacle for you to go on this trip. It's like right when you're out the door, something happens and it makes you question whether you should go. And I feel like you should still go. Why, spirit? And yo, I'm telling you, look, the alchemist, this is the magician. And the Three of Pentacles with the Tower in the reverse and the Devil in the reverse. You should go. You should go. You're gonna initially feel like, oh my God, but if I go, what's gonna happen? No, the tower already has fallen. The information, whatever it was for you to break free from, whatever it is for you to get away from, you're supposed to go because this is what gets you away from the very thing that's trying to stop you. And understand that the devil is an entity. It can be anything in your life that you allow to be a crutch to you. Anything that holds you back, anything that stops you from wanting to progress forward, anything. People think that being fearful of something is the devil trying to like, no, or God's way of showing you you shouldn't go this way. No, a lot of the times that fear is the God is like God showing you go, go, because on the other side of this, if you have faith in, you know what I'm saying? Like God is saying, if you have faith and you trust, go, and I'm gonna show you who I am, and I'm gonna show you just how powerful I am to protect you as you go down this path that may not make no sense, but go anyway. When you start to feel like, "Oh, no, I'm not gonna go because I'm a little afraid," then the devil wins. That's why I feel like somebody is being forced to go because there's something you have to learn here. There's a lot about you learning something. There's a lot about you learning something. And for some of you guys, this is about the stuff that you tell yourself that it kind of blocks this information from coming in, or it blocks the insight from coming in. And it's always like, for some of you, this is right when you're always on the brink, like you're on the brink of breaking free, or the brink of waking up, or the brink of leaving, that this same test keeps coming back around. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles, because there's people who want to work with you. Um, and you have yeah, this is crazy. Some of you have been like, if I take a vacation, somebody's going to try to inch me out of my spot. Or if I take some time off, this person is going to be like, you see, I told you. It's like some sort of drama may just happen. And this is an older woman, either an older man or an older woman that's spiteful as hell. And it's like they working with somebody. Who are they working with? Yeah, to get you out. Okay. I can't get this message anymore. This is crazy. But you know what's crazy? The funny thing about God is what the devil will try to use for evil, God could use for good. Because the very thing that somebody's trying to push you out for becomes the biggest blessing for you that bosses you up. Because the chariot is when the chariot comes out, this is something that you can no longer be in. The Eight of Cups with the chariot is like, are you truly happy here? Is it even worth staying here? Because if it's just about money, baby, I promise there's something better coming. So whenever you see the Eight of Cups with the Chariot, this is like God saying, I'm going to take this situation and don't worry, we're going to make it better. The Chariot isn't moving by itself. This is through the faith and hope being restored, and faith to move you forward and redirect you to a better path. With the Eight of Cups, this is about following your spiritual, like following your spiritual path and trusting that God is going to lead you somewhere, but it's not going to be easy. And he never promised that it would. He never promised that as you move through this journey, it will be easy. He just said, I will help you. I will make sure that when you get past this, you barely remember what it felt like. Because think back, you could probably think, man, it was a hard time. Man, I remember the days I cried. Man, I remember the stress I endured. But can you like actually physically feel the pain of all of that? No. And that's his gift, is when you overcome something, he removes a part of it where you can't even remember, you can't feel the same. You know what I mean? And that's part of being able to come out of something and have that faith that God is bringing you through. For some of you guys, you're moving away from something and you are tired there. It's been a lot to carry, a lot of drama, a lot of unfulfilled promises. Um, this even feels like your creativity got stifled. Like you thought that you were going to build and create so much in a company and move and do all this stuff, and they promised promotions and all this, or they promised that they would help you elevate in some way, and someone has been holding you back, and now you move and it feels like it's going to come back, like all the things that you missed out on or the things that you were delayed in, you're going to start getting, oh, like everything flushing to you. You know what I mean? Like it's coming quickly because the chariot is moving. It's moving. And all the shit from the past don't matter no more. So they want it out of sight and out of mind. And I feel like for this person, that's why we got that Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Because what you do out of spite or what you do in vain or you do during moments of anger, it always comes back to bite you in the ass. Sheesh. Look, the death card. I'm telling you, things are about to transform in a major way, and you're moving into this energy. For some of you guys, you're gonna end up in a position. Look at this. We had the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and once you come out of this and you put an end to a situation, on the other side, it always feels ugly when you're ending something. It always feels ugly. It never feels good. You're never truly 100% happy in the moment. It's always after that we're like, oh, that was the best decision, right? On the other side of this death card is this beautiful sun just beaming to remind you that there's always brighter days ahead. Don't get stuck in the past. With the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands, this is saying like you're taking control of your life again. This is someone that becomes more of a leader, an inspiration. The Queen of Pentacles is the most beautiful, fine, handsome looking person that got their stuff together. They feel confident in their position, and this is somebody that can lead. They can walk in a room and demand attention. Like this is, you don't have to work too hard. People want to follow your lead because you just sound like you know what the hell you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And this is justice. And I feel like whoever is going through this, they may end up either losing their job or something comes out about just their combativeness. Like maybe they end up with the right person that comes along after you and they thought, oh, they're going to be able to push this person around. Nope, this person fights back and gets their asses kicked out. So they better be careful. Or if they thought they were about to move into your position, they're going to realize, nope, you're right where you are and you might get your hours cut because God don't like ugly. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's see if there anything else coming out. Because I feel like it keeps coming back up. And I feel like sometimes when you just sit in that instead of finding ways to break free from it, it's like God will push you to need a break or push you to exhaustion because it's like you keep letting yourself sit there. So, all right, I'm gonna let you break until you realize how important it is for you to go. Okay. Any other messages, Holy Spirit, before I move on? Any other messages? Let's say this isn't a messy situation with work. Let's say this isn't a commitment. What's coming up? Who's pretending in the collective's energy? And what's the truth that's coming out? Somebody that's not your real friend. You got somebody around you that hates on your relationships, or they hate on your spirituality, they hate on a connection that you have because they don't understand it. Judgment in the reverse. Yeah, there's somebody here. Okay. You could have decided to break free from something. For some of you guys, I don't know if it's that you stopped drinking or you stopped smoking or you stopped maybe you got your like your diet in order and you're not eating bad shit, you're not in like engaging in maybe this you could be around a friend or something that used to party a lot, they want to go out um or they mismanage their money. It's something like that where like their house, their home is in chaos or their home or their just their body in general. It's like they're not taking good care of themselves or something like this. And I feel like you're breaking free from this, whether this is like an addiction or this is something that you do a lot of. This could even be just gossip. Maybe you decided that you were, I don't know, maybe for Lent, you said, I'm not gossiping anymore, or I'm not going to certain places that I shouldn't be in anymore, or I'm not going out after 10 o'clock at night no more. Whatever it is, you have somebody that feels like you judge them for still living that life, or they're judging you for not wanting to engage in that lifestyle. Don't know what that's about, but we're gonna see. Anything else? Yeah, this is about you not wanting to invest. Six of Pentacles. Somebody feels like you switched up. Yeah. Literally, the tower with the justice. You switched up and got holier than thou with the hermit energy. Oh, now all of a sudden you think you're better, or all of a sudden you think that you know more, or whatever it is. This is a friend that feels like you switched up on them because you no longer want to give to them, or you no longer invest in them, or you maybe you just decided to get around a new group of people and they feel like you think that you're better than them now. They feel left out. Yeah, look, for some of you, this could have been a relationship, or this could have been family. I keep getting this message. If this is a relationship, this is somebody that this could even be like a church. Maybe you decided you didn't want to be a part of a specific institution, or a specific, like, church, or maybe you wanted to switch your denomination. Maybe you could have been Catholic and you decided Pentecostal was the way to go, and whatever. I'm just giving y'all examples, okay? Or you could just say now you're a Buddhist, or you're not, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it is. But somebody feels like what you're doing, or the way that you practice, or the way that you love God is wrong, and the way they love God is right. For some of you, you could have somebody that's very highly religious and is looking at the way you practice spirituality and trying to tell you that the way you're doing it is wrong. But when you look at their life, because God always talks about the fruits of somebody's labor, right? The fruits of the spirit. When you look at their life, you can see the fruit is spoiled. You can look at someone's life and see how, because it's one thing for someone to be like, "Oh my God, I've done so much, and I don't understand. I give all I can to the church, and I'm always showing up." But then they're just mean to people. They talk shit about people all the time. They want to tell you what you're doing wrong. They're judgmental as hell. You know what I'm saying? And and then I've met people in the church that have the most beautiful spirit. You just never know what you're gonna get, right? But whoever this is someone that is upset that you decided to go a different way. And I feel like this could be a family member, or you could be a part of a church. Maybe your family runs a church or something like that. And they don't like the fact that you chose to focus on your connection with God outside of the church, or outside of religion. And they're not happy. But the crazy thing is you come with more wisdom, and your understanding of God is helping you flourish. And their understanding of what God is teaching. It's like through you breaking free, you're teaching them through you not judging them, because this feels like you're not even judging them. They're just mad that you're not invested in the church, or you're not invested in the way that they believe. And it's driving them nuts. It's driving them nuts. Because they feel like their way is the right way. But what spirit is showing through you is that to seek God, you don't need third party. You don't need it. Tell me why are they being looked at this way, spirit? Yeah, I'm telling it's something about you that you have to shift the energy in this situation here. Yeah, look, there's no stability in this. There's something about this that doesn't make sense. It's something about it that where you keep looking at it and you're like, but if you are so holier than thou, it's like going to a church and asking for them to explain something in the Bible, and them telling you to stop questioning stuff. What? I don't know about y'all, but I come from an understanding where God tells me, seek me and you shall find. You shall find all of the information you need to know. Continue to seek me, and I will be readily available to answer your questions and to be there for you. And I'm not saying that God is going to come to you like a damn dictionary, or you know what I mean? But I'm saying that when you need to understand something, he always comes full circle to make things make sense for you. And I feel like somebody here is deciding to leave a house, leave a family situation. Somebody could be getting disowned by their family, and it's all because they're choosing to go a different way. So spirit is protecting this person. Whoever this is, I'm not sure if this is you or if this is somebody else, but spirit is protecting whoever you are, because you're made to go outside of whatever this is. Because whoever these people think that they're worshiping, it's not God. These people are not worshiping God. I'm just telling you right now. And you're gonna tell because when you break free, you're gonna be at peace. And you're gonna have people around you that understand and they get it. And it's like they're more in a more peaceful space. And you're gonna be looking at these people and you're gonna see them. Unfortunately, you may see them struggle a little bit. Tell me more about this. Look, that's the truth. I wish I could make this shit up, y'all. I really do. I wish I was making this up, but no. This is mental clarity. This is the clarity that it's like about this whole situation that you maybe you didn't understand why it was such a struggle, but you were meant to break this cycle and to move away from this ideology or this way of thinking. There's something about you that you're smarter. It's like spiritually, God made you more aware. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry, my kids are over there doing the most. Okay. But that's what I feel. I feel like God put it in, like instilled in you common sense. It's like God put in you this this sense of discernment where you could see things and they wanted you to be oblivious to it and just follow what they know and what they want to teach you and what they feel is right. But you look at them and you're like, but you're always miserable. How can this be right? That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like because you're choosing to like switch things up on them and you're being brave and walking away from this, and it's not even like walking away where you gotta cut people out. You can tell them I love you and I and you're my family and my friend and all this stuff, right? And I love you. I just can't agree with this. So if we can leave this to the side, we can be fine. But you have somebody that they look at you like, oh, you think you better. Oh, you think you got it figured out. It's crazy. And you're just like, no, but you're not gonna influence me to just believe you. And I'm telling you, that's why look, that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse again. This is somebody that doesn't like this change in you. It's unwelcome change and it's driving somebody crazy. And it's creating a lot of like upheaval in their life because of it. Yep. Because you're meant to be the light. You're meant to shine bright and wake them up. You're free from all of this. And I feel like this is the season, y'all, where people are waking up to some real fuckery that's happening within an institution, some sort of I don't know if this is like religion based, if this is like church or something, or school systems. There's stuff that's falling apart and crumbling because people are realizing that you can't move this way. For some of you guys, this could be a school because I don't even know why I said a school. You could find out all the foolery that is attached to a school system, which that's a whole nother rabbit hole I can go down, but I won't today. Um, about the setup that has to do with the way the children are being brought up in the school system, and you're recognizing that you don't want your kids trapped in this cycle and you're deciding to homeschool them, but now you need to figure out how you're going to do it. How can you homeschool these children and work? Because you got people who don't want to help you, you got people who want to judge your movements. Oh, well, the school system was fine for you. Why is it that you wanna be all extra when it comes to your kids? Because 'Cause they're my kids, and I could do what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta keep telling somebody or putting somebody in their place. There's a lot of foolishness going around, y'all. Don't be surprised if you start finding out that a whole bunch of different laws are changing, a whole bunch of rules on how things are changing in the school system or what they're teaching the kids start to switch up or the access that they have. Don't be surprised if you start finding out like all the teachers, all the schools start trying to ask you to sign information so they can have cameras in the schools and all that. Yo, stay aware. Pay attention. Pay attention. We live in a really screwed up society right now, and it's broadcasted how crazy people are and the stuff that they're into. I'm just saying. I don't ever sign anything where it says that my kids' pictures can be used online. Hell no, they will not. No, you cannot take pictures of my kids and have them. No, no, you cannot. I don't even post my kids. You think I'm gonna let you post my kids? You out of your damn mind. Nope. But I'm just saying, there's different stuff that's happening, and I feel like all of this is coming to light because this is about you being conscious. A lot of you guys understood what was going on, and it was all happening on a subconscious level. And when you were in a conscious state, you were feeling that things were weird, but you weren't 100% sure. All that shit that you were feeling and the dreams that you were having, it's about to happen. It's about to happen, and you're gonna be made aware. And I feel like it's quite it's like, how can I say? Like a season of your life where you're going to be taking your power back and calling the shit out. You're going to be calling stuff out left and right. But anyways, all right. Let's pull a quick what's it called? Finance message, and then we'll do an all signs. I couldn't go live on Sunday cuz I was traveling. Funny, right? I was traveling and there was no way I was going to make it back in time and do the reading. There was just no way. So I want to just do a little bit extra today. That's why I kind of asked different questions and stuff. But let's go ahead and look at career and finances, and then we will do an all signs reading for this week and see what's going on. Okay. All right. Somebody, I'm not gonna like leave it out, but I'm just gonna mention it because it did fall out. So what I saw was locked. So somebody could feel trapped. They can feel stuck in a situation. Um, feel like their circumstances is what's holding them in that position. But I feel like, or you could feel like right now your money's all tied up and stuff. I feel like it has a lot to do with the hustle and bustle. Like you're going with the daily grind, and that's why the money is being tied up. There's something that you're supposed to be doing that brings you more joy, and from that point money will flow in. I feel like someone is just like, well, I just have no choice, this is what I do, I just work hard and I have to. And I feel like that's not what you're supposed to do. For some of you it's about having people skills, it's about you, the way you speak with people, or how you give to people. Like maybe you're the type of person that just always has a lot of wisdom, a lot of advice to give. You know what I mean? Like just really helpful. You could be a really helpful spirit, and that's how you get blessed. And you think you have to go and work two and three jobs, and God is like, no, just keep being you and watch me bring the stuff to you. Okay, but it has to do with people skills. Okay, okay. Um, Let's see, we have freedom here, but it tried to fall sideways. So it says you need to have more flexibility in your schedule and income. Being self-employed is ideal. Time off will help you get clear. What the fuck did I just say? You think you have to have two and three jobs, but it's not meant for that. You're meant to have a more flexible schedule here. Yeah, that's where you get renewed. That's where the recharging comes in. There's also something about when you do for others, you do feel recharged. You feel like that's your breakthrough. Like where everything else feels so heavy, it's when you are doing something specific where you're of service to someone, or of service to God, or of service to whatever the situation is. It feels like the challenges are when you go against this. When you go against the direction that God is trying to lead you, that's where you get the roadblocks where you feel like you got to work harder. But I see financial freedom coming in. I see a lot of things that are trying to be renewed. I just feel like this week you have to start. It's like stop forgetting to throw your dreams out there again. Like somebody stopped wishing on a star. Like don't do that. Like you need to still do that because you don't know how God can show up in your life. Literally. You don't you don't know how God can show up in your life. Look, I'm telling you, rewards. It's about how you build it up. It's the cultivation of it. It's about not we've gotten so used to thinking of everything as material, right? Well, if I don't work physically, body and all, work to bring this in, how am I going to have it? And you don't realize that through the spirit, it doesn't have to work that way. Like how many times did God turn like nothing into something? These people had no food, and out of nowhere there was food. These people had no way of paying this stuff off, and people are saying, "I found $1,000, and now I don't have to get my lights shut off." Like, you never know the gifts that are being presented to you. It's about the good deeds. God rewards the good deeds. God rewards the time invested. It's the intention in the spirit and in the heart that He rewards. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm always gonna big him up. I'm always gonna big up God. I don't care. I don't care. Because I understand that at the end of the day, no matter how hard life is, how much I bitch and complain, how much, like, I know that with all the struggles, the blessings that come, I know with all the struggle and the, like, time could feel hard, but it's the very thing I asked for. It's the very struggle I asked for. God, I want a better life. And He said, okay, baby, well, you're gonna work for this. I'm gonna give you the life you want, but you're gonna work for this. And the very life that I asked for, I'll be like, God damn, I'm tired today. you know? But it doesn't change the fact that I'm still getting the rewards. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're human. Like, God understands that we're human. I don't understand when people be like, you can't complain. You can complain sometimes. I'm not saying live there, but it's okay to complain. It's okay. And I don't even like to say complaining. It's okay to be human and just say, damn, today was a hard day. But tomorrow we back at it. But today, whew, I'm glad we got through it. What's so bad about that? Everyone tries to tell you, like, you got to be really careful of all the things you say, which granted you do. You just can't dwell there. God says, don't dwell in those spaces. Don't dwell in misery. Don't dwell in sadness. You have to, you get your shit off and you got to keep it pushing. You just can't sit in that. It's like everything else. Too much of something is not good for you. Like, people OD when it comes to, it's like they go overboard when it comes to real basic stuff. Like, God understands that we're human. You know what I'm saying? All right, what else is coming in this week, Holy Spirit? Opportunities. But I feel like these opportunities are to go outside of yourself, outside of your normal stuff, outside of your day to day. So this week, if you get called to do something or someone's asking you for something, don't just go, oh my God, again. No, there's a reason. There's a reason. God is trying to see if you're open to the opportunity because you don't know where you end up, who you're going to be there with, or who you're going to end up helping, or who you run into. You don't know how God redirects your life. So just be careful. If you're in a rush to go somewhere and God is putting 50,000 cars in front of you, you don't know what He's protecting you from. You don't know the gift that He is giving you because you chose to be patient in a moment that was crazy, because you chose to be helpful. For some of you guys, that's what this feels like. Like, this week, you are venturing out and trying different things that it's like this is not what you're normally used to doing, but there's something that's coming in for what you are building. Cultivation is about the work being done, and through the efforts, through the time invested, the energy put in, that's where the opportunities are breaking. Like, it's like breaking through to bring in the gifts and the rewards this week. And it's not on y'all's time. You don't know why you're working so hard, but it ain't for you to know now every time. It's not like, oh well, if I do this today, does that mean tomorrow I get the reward? Like, that's not up to you. God will decide to give it to you. And baby, whenever it's on God's time, I promise you, it's always when you need it most. It's always that way. Um, just real quick. So I remember there was times where, like, I would have certain, because I would work a commission job and I would be like, man, okay, so this commission check is gonna be like this, and I'm gonna be good because I could pay this, and I'll have extra money, right? And I will be so excited because in my mind I have all this extra money that I'm gonna be able to do stuff with. And I'd get my check and I'd be like, yo, they shorted me. What the heck? And I'd be fighting in the beginning. I used to fight. And then there was a day where I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna have it. What am I gonna do? Because I really needed it at that point. Guess whose commission check came in? And I was able to take care of it. And it happened like that, maybe like 6 or 7 times. Every time. By the second time it happened, I stopped questioning it. When I didn't get it right then and there, I just said, okay, it didn't clear because God is preparing it for something else. There's going to be something that may come in that I'm going to need that for. There's going to be something that comes up that I'm not preparing for. And God is just putting it aside for me so that I have it. And like clockwork, He will do that. So I don't question it no more. And I'm only saying that because for some of y'all, that's what you need to hear. I don't know what part of your life where you feel like, oh, so you're missing out on something, but just understanding how God is working for you, that's the spiritual work. That's the wisdom. Look at that shit. That's the wisdom. That's the work. Anything else this week? So just know, I feel like this week that needs to be like what you need to pay attention to. Like cutting ties from an idea of maybe a lack of awareness or a lack of feeling God's presence or thinking that He's not working in your life and not realizing that He's working overtime for you. I feel like there's something, or He may just reveal Himself in a major way where you go, holy crap, this had to be Him because how else would this have happened if it wasn't? Oh my God. Yeah, there's somebody here. I'm telling you, somebody is leaving a job. Yep. Somebody's leaving the job. And I feel like it's happening because either you're thinking too small and God wants to get you out of that because somebody is nickel and diming you. And I feel like God just wants you to do something that's more like along the lines. For some of y'all, this has to do with spiritual work. I'm sorry. Some of it, it's about you having the time to really focus on what God is trying to put you or like align you with when it comes to your gifts. For some of you, you're really good with money and you're working for someone else when you could be working for yourself because you feel like that was your way up. Like you had to start from the bottom to grow your way. No. For some of you, you're deserving to be the boss, but you feel like you're not ready yet. And Spirit's trying to show you, yes, the hell you are. And someone may end up leaving a job because they're preparing that position for you. This is about you building your confidence to know that you deserve this so you can move into this. And for others of you, this is about you gaining like a sense of bravery to move into this position so that you know, like, oh, this is I can do this. I can do this for myself. And it always happens at a time where like the world seems so crazy. We make a major drastic decision in our life when the world feels heavy and we don't know what to do and we're scared to make a move because the world looks like it's crumbling, and it's in those times where you have the most faith where things flourish. How many businesses were started during COVID? How many thriving businesses were started during the craziest time of our lives? How many people understood that you didn't need to work in an office 24/7? You can have flexibility in your life and work from home. And how much freedom did that give people? How much freedom did it give people? How much like of a stress reduction was there the minute that happens? You know what I'm saying? It's just so much that changes when this happens. And this is about not holding on so tightly. That's what changes when you stop holding on so tightly and thinking that everything has to be a specific way for you to be happy. Look, we have the fool here. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is about the what you invest in. If you focus on the material things, that's what you're going to be like surrounded by. If you focus on what God is showing you, then that's where it's like, oh, okay, I see that you're paying attention. I see that you're understanding. I see that you're growing. I see that you're realizing what life is meant to be, like how life is meant to be lived, and He pushes you forward. And not only does He push you forward, but He protects you in the process. He stands up behind you because He understands that you get the message. He's the protector. Y'all, I don't know about you, but I feel like God was speaking in this reading to wake some people up because we have this terrible mindset of thinking that we have to live a specific way because what would happen if we didn't? What would happen? Oh, how the world would fall apart and we wouldn't be able to pay our bills and we can't how are we supposed to figure it all out? How? not realizing there's been so many times where I had no money. I was broke and I would find money on the floor. Someone would pay for my groceries. The bill would just magically disappear. I don't know what would happen, but the system would stop working. And then it wasn't until the next month where the bitch started working again. And guess who had money to pay that bill that time? I don't listen. There's been plenty of chances where I could have just said, oh, screw it and given up. And I'm just saying, there's too many people with little faith. So I hope that I was able to help somebody. That's right. This you said, I'm trying to see. You wish we all have purpose blinded by some surroundings, but also we're given all that's needed. We are always given all that's needed. That's the crazy thing. God wouldn't put us in a situation to live in an environment where we're not able to have everything at our disposal to thrive. But if we choose to stay in places where we've outgrown, right? Maybe it was conducive for a temporary thing just to get us on our feet, but at some point we get to a well enough space where it's our turn to leave or to shift what we're doing. And God will give us the way. Like he literally gives us, shows us examples, gives us dreams, messengers, right? We are messengers, right? So there's always different ways that he shows us like not only do you have everything you need, which I'm guilty. God literally provided me with the very space that I wanted to create a certain type of environment for my family. And I chose to focus on work so heavily that I neglected the dream. And there was something about this season that I said, no, enough is enough. I'm going to start my dream and I'm going to find the time to make it all happen because he blessed me with the very thing I asked for. He gave me everything I needed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to squander that blessing. So, he said he did. I got scared then. We all do. We all do. And then but he's so graceful and the compassion is so strong and the understanding that we're humans and we can be slow. We can be idiots sometimes. We can completely miss the message and miss the signs. But guess what? Because he knows that, he sends it back around. So you'll never miss it. The opportunities come is always going to come back around. So I pulled a divine mother message to close the reading out before I do our all signs. And I got a chapter in your life is closing and will not be reopened. This will be reason for celebration. Whatever you need to release right now shall create the space for what is divinely destined for you to manifest through her grace. You shall enjoy a change of pace and a release from intensity. Open your heart to the beginning of a golden era. Tell me that does not hit everything that I just said, bro. Everything that I said in this message, not needing to overwork, not needing to overextend. Even speaking on COVID, on how it shifted the energy and showed people that there's more to life. You know what I mean? It's not about the hustle and bustle, the everyday grinding that we thought we had to live in. It's society has changed us so much to think that we have to keep the rich rich and the poor stay poor. No, the more we understand that we hold the power into building the life that we want for ourselves, I keep telling everybody we're moving back to a barter system. I don't care what nobody says. I feel like that's where we're going. I feel like that's where we're going. And I feel like we're going to have a better understanding on how to treat people when you need them. When you realize that I need my neighbor to grow this type of vegetable because that yard over there has the most fertile ground and that person's green thumb is excellent. But I'm a carpenter over here and I could build some shit. And I realize I need you to eat, but you need me to keep everything flowing and keep everything, from breaking down. We show each other a little bit more love and respect when it becomes necessity. I truly do believe we're going to be moving back to the barter system. But anyways, enough ranting. Let's go ahead and do your all signs. We're gonna do Aries to Pisces. Oh, you know what? No, let's go backwards just because we're already in Pisces season. Happy birthday to all my Pisces out there. Okay, let's see. I didn't like the way that shuffled. There we go. All right, Pisces, happy birthday. Let's see what's coming in for you guys this week. We're supposed to use our uniqueness together to build. That's right. That's why we are all given different gifts. We are all gifted and blessed with different things for a specific reason because we are meant to use them to help one another grow. It's really that simple. But, anyways, Pisces, we have the Seven of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. Pisces, whatever it is that you're planning, because this feels like an escape, maybe, or whatever it is that you're like, this idea that it is to get out of a really difficult position, you're gonna be so much better off once you do this. The fact that you're moving as strategic as you are is the reason why you're being blessed with whatever it is that you're asking for, Pisces. There is some sort of abundance that is coming in because of the hard work that you're putting in. And I know that the Seven of Swords gets a bad rep, but we fail to realize that you have to be really, really strategic with your moves to try to get away with some shit. And that's what the Seven of Swords talks about. It's like, I have to make sure that I do this perfectly so that when I get out of this situation, I'm good. And I feel like that's what's happening. Sometimes you may have to just withhold information, and someone could look at this as deceitful and trickery and all of that. But I feel like what you're doing is you're trying to be flexible. You're working with what you have, you're making do. You're telling people, I don't have any money, I don't have this to help you, I don't have the time. And you're doing what you need to do as a sacrifice in order to get away or run away for somebody. But I feel like you're gonna be really happy on the other side. I feel like for some of you, you could be telling people, you could be telling people, yeah, I lost this weight naturally, but you went and got work done, or you're thinking of getting work done. Do it. Do whatever you gotta do. Just be safe. If you're going to travel to a different country to do this work, you may be happy, but just be careful. Okay. There may be something that may happen along the way. I feel like you're going to be okay and you're going to have someone there to be able to help you. But there's someone that's going to try to like finesse you on the money. I feel like you're going to be like one up on them and you're going to be fine. I also feel like there's someone that maybe leaving a person to come and be with you because they feel like your wish fulfillment to them. And they may have to sneak out of a connection in order to do this, but they're willing to do it. And for some of you guys, they may be coming with a child. But I feel like it's gonna be calm when this happens. Or someone, I don't know, or someone sneaking out of a relationship to go and be with someone with a kid. And this kid is young too. Like I want to say no more than 4. So just take that how it resonates. Pisces could be dealing with another Pisces or an Aquarius here is what I'm getting. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, I will also say be careful because somebody could be plotting to get away because they feel like, I don't know, I feel like somebody is moving away because they feel like either somebody is only focused on themselves and what brings them happiness and pleasure. There's something like that here. And you're now deciding that you're going to do the same, but for you. Okay. So that's for Pisces. Aquarius, we have the Four of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Aquarius, I don't know if this is you or them. Take it how it resonates. You guys know the drill. But there's somebody that's coming back to fight because they feel like they regret the decisions that they made. Someone could have been lying about having money and not really having money, or just keeping someone in a position like financially. Like this could be somebody that just didn't want to work or something like that. And finances were always up in the air. And it's like they were comfortable with just where they are, but they never really wanted to build to have more. And someone is regretting that. They're regretting not being more of a go getter. They're regretting not being more of a person to show up and fight, or just having the fight to work harder. Somebody could have had some really amazing offers and squandered it. Like really just trashed the opportunities and burnt hella bridges. And now they're like, "Oh my god, I was fine and I can't believe I allowed it to get this bad." Yeah, because I'm seeing somebody's balance like dropping. So someone could be struggling with keeping their stuff out of the negative, or someone could be withdrawing, like overdrafting a lot or something. And they're having a lot of regrets because this was like they were just overspending, or they weren't paying attention to their finances, or they could have done this to you and put you in a bad spot, and it has you like really frustrated dealing with them because it's like they don't consider you, and they don't care if that means, like, they look at you like the cash cow, and they don't care if you work hard and you're trying to make sure that you guys have a good life. This person will continue to drain your finances if you let them. They are your financial stress. If you move away from this, you'll be fine, and this person will regret everything that they've done, and they will fight to be with you for a long time. This is someone that will fight for a very long time to get you back because they know that you played that role for them. So somebody may be coming to tell you that they regret um the way they treated you, or they regret not giving more to you. Take that how it resonates. Or Aquarius, this could be you having regrets because you were focused on money and not realizing you had somebody that really loved you. And maybe that's something you never experienced. And God is trying to show you that this person was really rocking with you and you treated them like, well, they didn't have enough. So you looked at them as less than. Take that how it resonates. But I just feel like somebody was so focused more on themselves and what they had going on that they completely like forgot or didn't even pay attention to the other person that they were dealing with until they got tired and decided to leave. So Aquarius, that could be you or this could be them. But I feel like what Spirit is trying to say is either use this situation to teach you how to treat people, or this is your wake up call to get your finances in order, because the only reason why you're stuck is not because of another person, it's because of you. And I feel like somebody keeps trying to blame somebody else. Like, well, if I didn't have to pay child support for two homes, I would be fine. But in reality, it's like, or you can work. Nothing is stopping you. It's like someone wants to blame everything else for the reason why they can't keep a job, or for the reason why their money is not right. But it's a lie. Like, that's not really what's going on. I feel like this is a person who can get what they want, but there's either a person that they can't and is driving them up the wall, or it's a certain lifestyle that they're trying to chase, and they feel like they just can't achieve it. So take that how it resonates. Could be dealing with another Aquarius, a Capricorn, or a Cancer. All right. Happy Capricorn, we have the 8 of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Fool. Capricorn, I feel like your intuition has been telling you to keep something to yourself. If you're planning on leaving, or if you just something keeps telling you not to tell somebody about the moves that you're making, and I wouldn't. I also feel like you could be thinking about switching up your plans completely. And I feel whatever your Capricorn, be careful what you go looking for because you just might get it. I don't know why I'm hearing that song. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it all, and even some that you don't want. You guys know the singer. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but I think he was from American Idol, if I'm correct. But somebody may have wanted to do something and they thought that this was the right thing, and now they're getting it and they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize it meant I was gonna be leaving all of this behind, or I didn't realize it meant me kicking this person out meant I was starting from zero." Or for some of you guys, you could be thinking about going to school also. Somebody could be getting into the medical field. I don't know why I'm getting that, but someone could be is like has a memory, what's it called? When you can just memorize things easily. I'm seeing that also. I feel like you don't realize how this is going to help you on this journey, but you could feel like it is so much work, but in reality, it's also going to make your life so much easier in the future. Random as hell, I know, but that's what I'm getting. Like someone's memory gets enhanced. Ooh, for some of you, you could have had a car accident or something, or a some sort of health scare that could have like put you out for a little bit, and when you came back, like came to, maybe I don't know if you drifted into another place. It's like when you come to, it's something about your whole life shifting. Like the way your memory works, gets completely altered and it's like super sensitive and super heightened. You gain some sort of ability, and whatever this is helps you tremendously. Can I get one more? Literally, this has to do with somebody's like abilities, like their intuition, or it's a brand new skill that you develop, and whatever this is, it really helps. I don't know if it's that you end up building connections with children where you're able to help them, like a form of therapy. But whatever this is, I feel like this is going to get you far. But this feels like, I don't know if you're thinking about going back to school. You could be going for like psychology, or some sort of like psychiatric, there's something like that here. But I feel like whatever this is, it's like you help restore the innocence in children or something like that. Beautiful, beautiful work. This is like your soul journey. Like you could have started going to school for one thing and then you completely shift, or you went to school and got your degree in something and then you went into a completely different realm of study, and it's where you're supposed to be. Okay. So if you just randomly feel like shifting gears, it's because spiritually you're being aligned in a different path, but there's something about what you learned there that you have to take with you on this journey. And for some of you, it could be dealing with children, or it's like it takes you back to a sense of like feeling like you're, when you're a kid and you don't know something, you're like, but I don't know what I'm doing. And it gives you like a nervous feeling. You may just feel that for a while, but know that you're meant to do this. And for some of you, this could be in the health field, or this is like mental health. Okay. But you could be dealing with a Pisces, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or an Aries. That's for you, Capricorn. All right, let's go on to Sagittarius. Sag, we have the 10 of Cups. Okay. The 10 of Wands, 10, 10 here, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Sag, I feel like the dark days are over. I feel like whatever it is that you were being burdened with, whatever responsibility, I feel like you now have people around you that want to help you. Like you're being blessed, and this could be like a family member moving close to you, and now they want to help, excuse me, they want to help you with the kids, or an opportunity for you to have like a really good daycare, or a really good community of people that just really step up for you, or your family steps up in a major way. There's something like that here, and I feel like you start to feel like, oh my god, it doesn't have to be this hard. Because I feel like whatever you were dealing with, it felt like it was a struggle for you, but I feel like the struggle was because you were overburdened with the amount of responsibility you had to carry. Like you were trying to be in too many places, or you were trying to carry the weight of too many jobs, or just too many tasks. And I feel like there's something about you breaking free from this. I even feel like, let's say, because this also feels like somebody who could have possibly had surgery recently, or someone who could have been ill or something like that. Like you have family that are coming in to help assist. So this feels like someone is taking on the dinner, and someone is helping come in and do like cleaning, and someone's doing the dishes. That's what it feels like, and helping with the children if you have children, or just coming to cater to you in some way. But whatever this is, the blessing is like, oh, thank you, God, for the family that I have. It's like you would gain a sense of gratitude for your experience and being able to be around good people that genuinely like you and give a fuck about you. And this could be friends, this could be even like your partner. For some of you who are married or who are in like a long-term relationship, this even feels like you being grateful for the partner that you have that is caring enough to pay want to take care of you and take things off of your shoulder. So somebody is blessed with a good man or a good woman, a hell of a person that wants to take care of them and helps them with their whatever it is that's been burdening you. Someone is going to want to lighten your load, okay? Could be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or a Pisces. That's for you, Sagittarius. Scorpio. Scorpio, we have the Strength card, the Death card, and the Two of Cups. Scorpio, if you've been worried about whether someone is being tempted to go in another direction or tempted to be somewhere else, I don't think that's the case. Somebody is like, no, I that grass is greener shit is for the birds. Like that's for people who are dumb, who don't get it. Like this is a person that really believes in commitment and they believe in their union and they have a lot of respect for you. This is a person that is willing to tame themselves before they step out of a relationship, because to see things end would be worse than to, how can I say, like it would be worse than whatever it is that they're gonna get. Like for a moments of satisfaction, it's not worth all that they lose. This is somebody that feels like they have a genuine friend within a relationship, or they feel like it don't get no better than this. But there is something that this person is wishing would change, because they feel like they have to hold back. So I'm not sure if this is a confidence thing where somebody feels like, I wish this person had more confidence or they were more nurturing or more loving, something like that here. But there is something within a connection. It's not enough for somebody to leave, but there is a yearning for more confidence or a little more of a lustful behavior, because this person feels like they're missing a little bit of that. Okay, Scorpio. Um, if that's not the case, then there's somebody here that maybe you're just feeling like, I'm tired of always feeling like I have to be the strong one or the one to fix something. Like, why is it that I have to be the person that comes to you and apologizes or comes to you and corrects things? Like somebody feels like someone's too stubborn, like they're not willing to put their stuff aside. They'll let something burn and completely just dry out versus focusing on the friendship or the love, or within a family or something like that. Like this is a person, Scorpio, that feels like, or this could be you, take it how it resonates, but it's like, why can't you just be honest and be loving and be like, just tell me what's really going on? Why do you feel like you gotta hold back? Or why do you feel like, you know what I'm saying, like somebody just wants them to just like show up in a better way instead of just like ending things and acting like it didn't happen. Like this is somebody that wants a real friendship or a real relationship instead of just sweeping things under the rug. 'Cause there's somebody who has a lot of feelings. They have a lot of things that they want to say, but they hold back and they don't want to do that anymore. So somebody may be speaking up. Somebody may be telling somebody how they really feel about the connection or the friendship or the relationship. But I feel like it's ultimately going to make things better because it unites you guys, because it's like the air is cleared and there's no more fakeness. If that makes sense, okay? 813 is showing up for me as well. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that here. Um, but yeah, Scorpio, you could be dealing with a Leo, a Cancer, or another Scorpio. All right, now let's move on to Libra. Libra, we have Judgment. Damn, I get this card a lot whenever I speak about a Libra. Judgment, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. I swear I was talking to somebody about this. Libra, if you make work your focus, you cannot then be upset when somebody decides that you are no longer their focus. Because what's happening is you have someone that's making 50,000 excuses about what's in the way. And they're realizing that the only reason why they keep losing things is because they're making work their entire world. Like somebody, when they don't want to deal with difficulty, it's like, or they don't want to have to look at themselves, instead of doing that, they'll just focus on work. and put everything else to the side because they just don't like the judgment. They don't want to have to change their ways. So they'll make that like the focus and then let everything else just completely collapse. And then when they by the time they look up to see what they're left with, then they're upset. So I don't know if this is for you, Libra, or somebody you're dealing with. But whatever this is somebody that's feeling like, God dang, I can't believe I did all that. Because this is what judgment shows up. This is you've been warned, you chose not to pay attention. I've tried to show you. Again, you didn't want to pay attention. Now you're smacked with a reality check because at this point it has gone on too long and judgment is being called. And it's like you can choose to fix it for yourself or you can let spirit do the final judgment. And sometimes that through somebody else waking up and just saying, well, if you're not going to focus, then I'm going to go over here and have me a good old relationship. Or if you're gonna sit here and do all this foolishness, then I'm gonna find the joy within here, within me, and building something for myself. And since you were so busy over there, now you don't get to be a part of all this good loving. And I feel like for some of you Libras, take it how it resonates, but that's the energy around the situation. Someone is seeking out a sense of freedom, um, because they don't want to feel heartbreak anymore. Someone doesn't want to feel like unwelcomed. This is a person that feels like, "Oh, I have all this time." Like this is you know what this is giving? Like a Steve Jobs kind of vibes. Like this is a, "Oh, I've spent so much time building something up and by the time I looked up, I was so lonely. I didn't even realize that I built all this up just to have it all for myself and no one to share it with and no one to even take me serious." Like it's kind of that kind of energy. Like you can build everything up and then be all alone with it and then what? Having all this money and being lonely because you got nobody to trust around you and nobody who's real. So just be careful because I feel like someone has completely ostracized their friends and family, and now they've been around so many fake people, they don't know what real is anymore. And now that they're seeking out somebody real, they can't find it because don't nobody really want to fuck with them like that. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, Virgo, heavy Virgo, and Sagittarius. All right. Virgo, that's crazy. Virgo, we have the lovers, the Queen of Cups, and the Page of Wands. Virgo, do you feel like you come second to someone, or is there someone who feels like they are in competition with you? For some of you, it could be your own mother or the mother of someone's kids or your partner's mother. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like somebody feels like someone keeps pulling strings and it's somebody that's close enough to feel they have influence and you're just like, can you please get your own life? This is somebody with influence. And I feel like you keep trying to, I don't know if someone's just using kids to get in the way. You could have a Leo or a Sagittarius child, but this is somebody who's like, I keep trying to find the way. Or you could be dealing with an Aries or Gemini or Cancer. But there's somebody here that feels like, damn, I keep trying to find a new way to do something here. And I feel like somebody keeps getting in the way and getting in somebody's ear. Or you could be trying to get someone to put something like I don't know if you're trying to get somebody to choose you for something. Maybe you're asking someone to put a good word in for you so that you can get this, whatever this is, whether it's a position, a relationship, I don't know. Maybe you're trying to get somebody to like, hey, tell this person that, or put a good word in for me with this person because I really want to talk to them again, or I want to get around them, or I want to be why I say again. Like how it resonates. But this is about someone you feel like, man, this could be so great. Like if I get this job, this could be good. Or if we move together, we could be great. We could help each other. Or if this relationship comes together, like we will be the perfect couple because we're like this and you are like this and I'm like this and it works. I don't know. But whatever it is, you feel like you have the upper hand or you know what the hell you're talking about. Well, but you got somebody, there is another person here, and this person is trying to tell them, nope. They're trying to tell them that you are not who you say you are. So just know you got somebody that's on the side that either they're trying to choose you and someone else, or someone is looking at you. Either they're looking at you and saying you're it and someone else isn't, or they're looking at you and they're saying that you are everything wrong with the situation, and they're looking at someone else like they're everything right. Now that could be how you're feeling towards someone, or someone is feeling this way about you. But that's what I'm seeing, Virgo. And the only reason why I said this about you is because the Queen of Pentacles came in the reverse, and that's Virgo energy. So no beef. All right, Leo. Leo, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Four of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Ace of Swords. Leo, I feel like you are not happy with the home situation, or maybe just the where you live. I feel like you feel like you need a home where there's a lot more love, or you just feel like where you are, you can't build the life that you want. You could be thinking about finding another house, moving to a new place. I feel like you're just looking for a fresh start and a new beginning, and there's something that's going to happen, some sort of truth that's going to come to light, and it's going to make you, and it could be at a social event possibly, um, or it's like when you just get out and you go somewhere, you start to realize like life doesn't have to feel this way, or your home doesn't have to feel this way. I just feel like you like somebody wants to leave. Somebody wants to break free of this house, or maybe a dead end marriage, because the Four of Wands is the marriage card, and in the reverse, this is about an unhappy relationship. So maybe you're just starting to look for more love, or more a new romance, or baby, if you weren't looking for it, be careful because it may fall in your lap. And it's right when you need the clarity the most, or you're gonna end up having to have a really difficult conversation with someone about somebody you want to be with, and it ain't gonna be them. So take it how it resonates. But you could be dealing with a Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, Cancer. Cancer, we have the Nine of Swords, the Devil, and we have the World. The dark days are over, Cancer. I feel like there's a season of your life where, damn, and my AirPods just died. Let me know if you can still hear me. It may get a little spotty. Cancer, the dark days are over, and it feels like like if you had any anxiety or anything about a specific situation, or if there was any fear attached to a change that you needed to make, you're breaking this habit. You're breaking free from whatever it is that's been holding you back mentally. And for some of you, this is a pattern of yours. I feel like this was about stagnation. Like maybe if you just got really comfortable and complacent, you're breaking free of that. And I feel like you're also getting some sort of assistance in this also. Like you're being gifted with all of the elements to make this happen. So if you had a problem and you needed help from a therapist, and you needed finances, and you needed um help with, I always throw kids because I have kids, so just use this as an example. But let's say you need help with babysitting so that you have the time so that you can make all these things happen. It's like everything is working out exactly how it's supposed to in order to bring this into fruition here. And I feel like this is clearing you up. Yep. And I feel whatever this is, it's breaking you free, and you're feeling so much better. You're feeling a sense of freedom. You feel a lot more I'm seeing lifted, like you're having more fun. It's like you're laughing again. You get more how can I say, it's like you fall in love with your home and your life all over again. And maybe you went through a season where you didn't like life. Life was life in, but it's like you fall in love with life again. Okay, so if you've been worried about this season, going into the spring equinox, you're definitely going to be moving in the right energy, and you're breaking out of bad habits and just dark times. Okay, could be dealing with the Sagittarius, could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Gemini. And then we have Taurus. Taurus, we have the Two of Pentacles. No, we don't. We have the Two of Swords, the Sun, and the Emperor. Taurus, I feel like you're starting to realize that the only reason why you haven't become the person that you want to become is because either you didn't know, you didn't want to see it. Because with the Emperor, this is somebody that's, they're protecting what matters most to them. And for whoever I'm talking to, this is about your joy, your happiness. This is about how you feel about yourself, you feeling on top of the world, you being um like a responsible person, someone that everybody can look up to, someone that you would admire. Like you want to be the very person that you would admire if you were looking at another person. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's what it is. Like we have to see a person and be like, man, I really admire the way this person is, and then we try to embody some of that, right? I feel like you want to be that for either your family, your children, your home, like a leader, you know? And I feel like you're starting to realize that the only reason why it wasn't happening sooner is because you just didn't do it. Like there was this like divided thing in your head where you could do it, but you just kept telling yourself you couldn't, and now you realize that you can't. Like somebody wasn't sure if they what kind of boss they wanted to be, and then something happened where they finally made the decision and they decided to be the right kind of boss, and they're feeling like, thank God I made the right decision. But I feel like someone is feeling really happy, and this is coming after a period of not knowing who they were. Like you could have just been feeling like you kind of lost yourself for a little bit, but now baby you're back. I'm seeing 419, 419 or 410. Not sure how that resonates. Maybe look up the angel number. But those are the numbers that I'm seeing, okay? Um, I want one more. Yeah, I feel like you could have been a little confused. You weren't really 100% sure. Um, I don't know. I just feel like this feels like a moment. You had a momentary lapse in judgment, and or you could have just lost yourself for a little bit, and you started realizing you had to make some difficult decisions, and the difficult decisions is leading you to the best outcome. Okay, and this could be with a job situation. You're deciding if you want to really be a boss or not, or maybe you're starting to realize you don't care to be a boss. Maybe you want to take an easier role in life. But for whatever this is, I feel like you're being inspired to choose more responsibility because you're meant to take this on. And not only that, but it won't be difficult for you because this is something that you're meant to do. Okay. Could be dealing with an Aries, a Pisces, a Libra, or a Leo. And then we have Aries. Aries, we have the Hermit, we have Justice. That's crazy. And we have the Eight of Wands. I don't know what you're doing, but somebody could have just like had a come to Jesus moment and decided that they were going to take somebody to court, or they were going to seek out their own justice in some way. And I feel like whatever this is, it's happening quickly. There may be a phone call that takes place where someone is forced to tell the truth. Like you catch somebody and they end up having no choice but to tell the truth. I feel like there's a huge life lesson that comes in for you, Aries, after some sort of information comes to light. I also feel like something guides you to get this information. Like it's like something gives you the right words. Like spirit is giving you all the right words or all the right questions to ask in order to get this situation or get this information that you need. Somebody could also be thinking about traveling. This feels like a spiritual retreat, like you going away, Aries. And I feel like this is like cleanses the soul when you do this, and it makes things make sense. Like you learn really big life lessons here. I feel like you also get honest with yourself, and this it brings up like you went through a difficult thing. Now you know the truth, and how you move will determine the karmic reward that you get. So be very careful with how you move once you get the enlightenment that you seek. Because once we know better, we have to do better. With knowledge, there's a lot of power that comes with that. So if you choose to yield it in the wrong way, there will be some retribution. But if you do it in the right way, you have a lot of rewards that come in for you, Aries. Yep. And this has to do with how you defend yourself, or how you stand up for yourself, and how you take charge and demand what you deserve. So just keep that in mind here.
Could be dealing with a Sagittarius, heavy on Sag, Leo, Libra, and Virgo. All right, so I'm gonna leave that there. I hope these messages resonated with you guys. I thank you so much for joining my live today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like these readings, comment down below, let me know how it resonates with y'all. And I'm gonna try to go on live again on Friday to make up for Sunday, just because I feel like I should. Um, and then we'll kind of see. Let me know in the comment sections what type of reading you guys want to hear. I was thinking of doing a pick a card reading because I just think it's fun and I want to try it. So let me know in the comment sections what kind of readings you guys want to hear from me, and we'll go from there. But I love y'all, and until next time, peace.